Happy Sunday. This is Bobby and JJ Radio. We have the pleasure of talking to one of Boerne's real estate juggernauts, Mr. Dallas Pipes of Pipes Property with Keller Williams Boerne. First off, man, thanks for hanging out with us today.
Absolutely, JJ and Bobby.
So
Nice
you are our counterpart to the Boerne area. You were nominated for Boerne Businessman of the Year in the industry. You're part of the Agent Leadership Council at Keller Williams. You've been doing that for 2 years. You're a luxury home market specialist, and you're a listing special. You're a seller representative specialist in Boerne. So we love to hear about Boerne because we love Boerne. Obviously, part of the San Antonio Metro. Let's talk about it a little bit. First of all, talk about you, Dallas. How you get into real estate?
That's a great question. Really,
why are you in this crazy industry?
That's an even better question.
Sure.
It is a crazy industry. But my grandparents, both my grandparents were in real estate. Then they had 3 daughters. All 3 daughters got into real estate in one form or the other. So it's been the family business. It's been around forever. My dad was in car sales, so I knew I was going to sell something, and I thought I had a better career in real estate. So whenever I was in the military, only books I ever had sent to me was the Gary Keller's Millionaire Real Estate Agent book, and then
Sure.
Real Estate Agent for Dummies, which applies. So that's where I decided that, hey, this is probably a business that I could retire out of the military and get into, and
So
how'd you end up in Boerne? Or do you do
So no,
everything?
Boerne is a great. My dad ended up in Boerne. The car dealership ended up taking him that direction. So whenever I joined the military, I joined out of Boerne. That's where I was living. I worked at a church, did some stuff there, and I decided that, hey, this is a great place to live. So I made that my home of record whenever I joined the military. Well, the whole time I was in the military, I was like, man, it'd be nice to be back in Boerne, Texas. Grew up around San Antonio my whole life, and I was like, man, Boerne would be great. I still get the San Antonio impact of going to the Spurs games, getting to do all that stuff, but yet to be in Boerne is beautiful. I love it there.
For sure.
And how long were you in the military, brother?
10.5 years, man.
Oh, wow. Thank you for your service. Dude,
Hey, it's my pleasure.
Bobby shops is Salvation Army.
Old
but,
Navy.
It's Old
You
Navy.
might see me in there.
Is that right? And, so let's talk about Boerne. Well, first of all, let's talk about Pipes Properties just for a second, because you guys are throwing up some huge numbers that we see every month. What do you feel separates you guys from your competition out there in Boerne?
I mean, we have core values, and I think that's kind of
Let's talk
different
about those.
for a lot of businesses. I mean, so for us, it's integrity, and I stole that from the military. So integrity, faith, and service. And I really feel that fits into what we want to do and the businesses that we want to create. So, I mean, obviously, it's the service we provide our clients, the integrity in which we do it in, and then having faith throughout the transaction, and whether that be spiritual or just, hey, we trust the process. However you want to look at that, I think it really applies in our business.
Sure. Let's talk about that. So let's say there's someone out in the Texas Hill Country area, and they're wanting to hire Pipes Properties. Walk us through the process of being a new client with y'all.
Okay, I mean, so really, it's kind of a filling out, like dating.
Sure.
So y'all are gonna, I know you got to find me somewhere. So you swiped right on us somehow, and you're getting in with us. And if that's us contacting you via phone, email, we're gonna follow up, and that's
Sure.
kind of be our business. It's your business. I mean, follow up's huge for us. So and that's getting back and following. What is it that they're looking for? They're a seller. It's what is their motivation in selling their house? Where are they looking to go? We're not necessarily just focused on selling that house, but what does life have to take them? Where are they going to be going after this? So we can better represent them selling their house, because maybe time frame isn't a big deal.
For sure.
Maybe it's maybe it's price sensitivity. What is it going to be to motivate them? And on the buyer side, are we fitting where they wanting to live as far as their kids, their way of life? Do they enjoy the outdoors? They want land. That's something kind of the Boerne has to offer.
Right.
I think that's amazing.
That estate feel.
Yeah, that exactly. So, you want to have 3 acres, 5 acres, larger, 30 acres, 100 acres, whatever it is. That's something that we really service really well.
Sure.
So go ahead.
Yeah, tell us about your staff. How big is it, and what do they do?
So I have basically the one who runs the show is Denise Custer. Keeps me in line. That was my first hire. She is she's the golden goose. She is the one who I report to. And then we have a buyer's agent who I'm blessed to have on our team, and that's Courtney. And then we have Cameron, who we hired into marketing. We know he's going to become an agent, and we thought that'd be the best thing to start him in the industry instead of just rolling out and, hey, let's start showing houses day one. Let's start you in marketing, show you how to follow up with clients, how to do email drip system, campaigns, different things like that. So you can kind of get the core values of what it is to be a real estate agent before you just go ahead and opening doors.
And let's talk about you having a team, because I know there's that concept is kind of not new to the industry, but when people are, I don't know why they would ever interview anyone else but you, Dallas, but if they're interviewing like a single agent and Pipes Properties, talk about the difference that it is like actually having a team backing you up.
I mean, as you know, teams are kind of what we're going to see in the industry take over. I mean,
for sure.
If people haven't seen that or they think, hey, there's one agent who can do it all, I mean, you think, would you have one mechanic work on a travel trailer, a Porsche, and a bus? I mean, why would you have one agent who's going to list an $800,000 home, a $100,000 home, go show you buying a house, go show you that's going to rent a property? No, you're going to have a specialist, someone who specializes in just that.
Sure.
And if it's not a good fit for our team, we're going to tell you right away that, hey, that's not what we do.
Right.
And that's why we have a team. We have a buyer's agent who specializes in buying. She's from the Spring Branch area, so she knows that market better because I wasn't strong in that market,
sure.
To be honest. We are seeing our business push that way, and that was something we wanted to bring on. And my assistant, who runs the show, and assistant's a horrible name for her because she is the boss.
She's your boss, yeah. I got it.
Denise, and she's from Fair Oaks. And so that Fair Oaks area is something that, if you're not from the Fair Oaks area, it's hard to know exactly what goes on. They have their own community,
right?
Their own city council. They have their own things going on, and I wanted to be more involved in that. So that's why we have a team that represents pretty much every segment of the area that we do business.
When we've shadowed teams in other big cities like Boston and stuff
absolutely.
like that, they give you just a square, couple blocks, and they say you're gonna know everything about these square blocks. You're gonna know the architecture. You're gonna know how old the buildings are. You're gonna know what the school district is, and because we're this vast area called Texas, I feel that we just try to take it all on, but it's near impossible.
Absolutely, you see that all the time, and our office isn't any different. You see people like, okay, I want to go show in Kerrville, then I'm going to go show in Hondo, and then I'm going to go show in New Braunfels.
Yeah, Lavernia.
Oh my gosh!
There's no way.
Not only are you driving, but you're doing your clients a disservice, I feel.
For sure. Like Lavernia is going to have different problems than houses that are out in Spring Branch and vice versa, just because it's different.
Total different market.
It's different market, different dirt, different different building standards.
Oh, I mean, the different dirt, that's a perfect example.
Right.
Right off the bat. So, and you mean that in a literal sense.
Literally different dirt.
I mean, what you have as far as your building requirements and what it takes to build a house in the housing is going to look totally different too.
Sure. Quick takeaway, how's Boerne doing, man? I know the market's hot.
Boerne's doing great. And I mean, there's a lot of drivers for that. Everyone's always asking what's the key and what is driving Boerne.
Besides Pipes
Because
Properties.
they're pretty much recession-proof, we like to call them, right?
Well, I mean, I'm never going to sit here and say
that's
nothing
perception. That's a perception.
That's a strong perception, and I'm not going to say that that's not right. I'd say there's a lot of drivers that I don't see turning down anytime soon. I think jobs is the number one thing that drives this industry as far as real estate.
Sure.
I think jobs is the strongest one, but also we have a strong education background there in Boerne. So you see that's a big driving force for people moving out that way.
Right. And you've been ranked like top places to live in the U.S. for like 10 consecutive years.
It's happening all the time. And I think that, though, that's the people who, it's not necessarily just the schools, it's the people who want their kids to be in a good school, the way they live their lives. The Parks and Rec system there is awesome, and what they've done in the last decade is amazing. So that's why we see the next 10 years being super strong.
And when you go to downtown Boerne, I just get happy. I feel like it snows there for some reason when I'm not around. It's kind of crazy.
I hug trees and
it does snow there. We have Dickens on Main. No, seriously, come to Dickens on Main. They have snow machines out.
I knew it.
You're telling me it snows up I-10 right outside 1604?
Just keep going.
Cool.
Yeah, every year. They actually put it on the calendar. It's crazy.
Dallas, thanks for hanging out, brother.
Absolutely.
Hey, if someone is in the Boerne area and wants to get hold of the best real estate team in Boerne, where do they get hold of you, brother?
They can call me. They can go to our website. We have pipesproperties.com. Hit us up on Facebook. Instagram's blowing up. My phone number is 210-906-9315.
That's Dallas Pipes. We're going to take a quick break. Be right back. We have the top agents in the company hanging out with us today. Don't move in. Be right back.